At the airport, my sister slapped me in front of all the passengers before our trip to Hawaii. My parents immediately blamed me. She's always been their favorite. What they didn't know was that I paid for the entire trip, so I quietly canceled their tickets and walked away. What happened next shocked everyone. The sound of my sister's hand connecting with my face echoed through LAX Terminal 3 like a gunshot. For a moment, everything stopped. The businessman, mid-sip of his Starbucks. The mom wrangling 2 kids near gate 42. The couple arguing about checked baggage. The TSA agent scanning boarding passes. 200 people, maybe more, turned to stare. My cheek burned, my ears rang, and I stood there, frozen, one hand halfway to my face, my carry-on bag still slung over my shoulder. Jessica stood in front of me, her chest heaving, her face flushed red, her eyes wild with something that looked like rage, but felt practiced, rehearsed. "That's for ruining my life," she screamed. Her voice carried, probably to the next terminal. I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. My parents, Mom in her floral travel blouse, Dad in his cargo shorts and Hawaiian shirt he'd bought specifically for this trip, rushed over from the coffee stand where they'd been waiting. But they didn't check on me. They didn't ask if I was okay. Mom grabbed Jessica's shoulders. "Honey, what happened?" Dad turned to me, his expression already hardened into that familiar look of disappointment I'd seen my entire life. "Alex, what did you do?" "I didn't." "She's crying." Mom cut me off, pulling Jessica into a hug. "Why do you always start drama?" Jessica sobbed into Mom's shoulder. Her whole body shook. "He's been so mean to me. He's been making comments all week about this trip. He's trying to ruin it before we even get there." I stood there, my hand finally reaching my face, feeling the heat radiating from where she'd hit me. I hadn't said anything about the trip. I'd barely spoken to Jessica in the 2 weeks since she'd announced it at family dinner, but that never mattered. The truth never mattered when it came to Jessica. Around us, people were filming. I could see the phones out, the cameras pointed at us, the little red recording lights glowing like accusations. My hands started to shake. "Apologize," Dad said. His voice was low, controlled. The voice that meant he was furious but trying to keep it together in public. "I didn't do anything. Apologize." "Now!" Jessica pulled back from Mom just enough to glare at me through her tears. Her mascara was running, waterproof clearly, because it was running in perfect streaks, not smudges. "You always do this. You always make everything about you." "I'm sorry," I whispered. "Say it like you mean it." Jessica's voice cracked. "Say it so everyone can hear." 200 people watching, 200 strangers, all of them seeing the bad son, the problematic brother, the person who'd made his sister cry in the middle of an airport. "I'm sorry, Jessica." She crossed her arms, took a breath, wiped her eyes with the back of her hand. "You're sitting away from us on the plane. I can't be near you right now." Mom nodded immediately. "That's probably for the best. You need to think about your behavior, Alex." My behavior. I'd been standing here, checking my phone, waiting for boarding to start, and she'd walked up and slapped me. "Fine," I said quietly. Dad squeezed my shoulder. "Not comfort, a warning. We'll talk about this when we land. This is unacceptable." They walked back toward their seats near the gate. Jessica glanced back once, caught my eye, and I saw it. The tiny smile at the corner of her mouth before she turned away. She'd planned this, and they'd believed her, just like they always did. What none of them knew, what they couldn't have known because I'd never told them, was that I'd paid for the entire trip. Every dollar, every reservation, every single thing. The flights from LAX to Honolulu, $4,200. I'd booked them 6 weeks ago, 4 tickets in premium economy because Dad had mentioned his back hurting, and Jessica had casually said she couldn't possibly fly coach for 6 hours. The hotel, $3,800 for 4 nights at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. Ocean view rooms, 2 rooms, adjoining, because Jessica needed her space, but Mom wanted to be close. The rental car, $600 for an SUV because Dad insisted we needed something sturdy for driving around the island. Activities, $1,500, luau tickets, snorkeling tour, Pearl Harbor, Diamond Head, all prepaid, all organized. Total, $2,100, all on my credit card, all planned, booked, and paid for by me over the course of 6 weeks. But at family dinner 5 weeks ago, Jessica had stood up, champagne glass in hand, and announced, "I'm treating everyone to Hawaii. We're going in June. All expenses paid." Mom had gasped. "Honey, that's so generous." Dad had beamed. "We raised you right, Jess." I'd sat there, fork halfway to my mouth, staring at my sister across the table. She'd caught my eye, smiled, mouthed, "Thank you," and I'd said nothing, because that's what I always did. I stayed quiet. I didn't make waves. I didn't cause problems. Jessica took credit. Mom and Dad praised her, and I paid the bills. It had been like this my whole life. When Jessica graduated high school, I'd paid for her graduation party, $2,000. She'd thanked our parents for everything. When she got her first apartment, I'd co-signed the lease because her credit was shot. She'd posted on Instagram about finally being independent. When she'd gotten engaged, briefly, the engagement lasted 4 months. I'd loaned her $5,000 for the ring. She'd never paid me back. The engagement ended. She kept the ring, and I'd never said anything because I was the older brother, because I made good money, because family helps family. But she'd just slapped me in the middle of an airport, in front of 200 people, and my parents had blamed me for it. "I need to use the bathroom," I said when I walked back to where they were sitting. Jessica was showing Mom something on her phone. phone, both of them laughing. Dad was reading a Tom Clancy novel, his reading glasses perched on his nose. None of them looked at me. Hurry up, Dad said without looking up. Boarding starts in 20 minutes. I walked toward the restrooms, got about halfway there, then pulled out my phone. My hands were still shaking, but my mind was clear, clearer than it had been in years. I opened my airline app and pulled up the confirmation number, K7R9P3. 4 tickets, premium economy, flight 447 to Honolulu, departing 2:45 p.m. I called the airline. Hawaiian Airlines, this is Derek. How can I help you? I need to cancel 3 tickets on flight 447 to Honolulu. May I have your confirmation number? K7R9P3. Keys clicking on the other end. Okay, I see 4 tickets here. You want to cancel 3 of them? Yes. Keep the ticket for Alex Morrison. Cancel the other 3. The other passengers are Jessica Morrison, Robert Morrison, and Linda Morrison. Is that correct? That's correct. Okay, just so you're aware, there's a cancellation fee of $200 per ticket since these are premium economy and we're within 24 hours of departure. The remaining value will be credited to your account as travel credit, minus the fees. That's fine. And you're sure? Once I process this, the tickets will be canceled immediately. My cheek still burned where she'd hit me. I'm sure. All right, processing now. Your confirmation number for the cancellation is P4K2W9. You should receive an email within 5 minutes. Is there anything else I can help you with? No, thank you. I hung up. 3 tickets. Gone. Mine stayed active. My heart was pounding. My hands had stopped shaking, but now my whole body felt electric, buzzing with adrenaline and something else. Something that felt like power. I opened the Hilton app, found the reservation. 4 nights, 2 rooms. Check-in. June 14th. I called the hotel. Hilton Hawaiian Village. This is Amanda speaking. How may I assist you? I need to modify a reservation. Confirmation number H7YM3P9. One moment, please. Hold music. Something Hawaiian and instrumental. Okay, Mr. Morrison. I have your reservation here. 2 adjoining ocean view rooms for 4 guests. Checking in tomorrow. What would you like to modify? Change it to 1 room. 1 guest. Keep the ocean view. Oh, okay. Let me see what we can do. Since you're downgrading from 2 rooms to 1, I can offer you a partial refund or apply the credit to your room for incidentals. Which would you prefer? Refund. Perfect. Your new total will be $950 for 4 nights and will refund $2,150 to your original payment method. You should see that within 5 to 7 business days. Your new confirmation number is H7YM3P2. Anything else I can help with? No, that's all. Wonderful. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Mr. Morrison. I hung up. 2 rooms down to 1, 4 guests down to 1. One more call. Budget rent-a-car. Budget Maui. This is Kevin. I need to modify a reservation. Confirmation number B4N7K1. Sure thing. Let me pull that up. Okay. SUV rental for 7 days. Pick up tomorrow at Kahului Airport. What changes are we making? Cancel the SUV. I'll take a compact instead. A compact. Let me see what we have available. Looks like we have a Nissan Versa or a Toyota Corolla. Corolla's fine. Great. Your new total is $210 for the week. I'll refund the difference to your card. Looks like $390. Your new confirmation is B4N7K8. Anything else? No, thanks. Done. I stood in the middle of the terminal, phone in my hand, staring at the screen. 3 canceled airline tickets. 1 hotel room instead of 2. A compact car instead of an SUV. Everything I'd planned and paid for, suddenly rearranged. For me. Just me. My heart was racing. My face felt hot. But I wasn't shaking anymore. I walked back to the gate. They were still there, still laughing. Jessica had her head on Mom's shoulder. Dad had put his book down and was scrolling through his phone, probably looking at Hawaiian restaurant recommendations. They looked happy, like a family, like nothing had happened. I walked up to them. Hey, I said. All 3 looked up. I'm heading to my gate now, I said. Dad frowned. What are you talking about? We're all on the same flight. No, you told me to sit away from you, so I am. At a different gate. Different flight, actually. Jessica's eyes narrowed. What? I'm still going to Hawaii. You're not. Silence. Complete, perfect silence. Mom spoke first. Alex, what are you talking about? I canceled your tickets. All 3 of them. About 10 minutes ago. Dad's face went from confused to furious in about 2 seconds. What? You heard me. I canceled your tickets to Hawaii. You can't do that. Jessica's voice was shrill. I booked this trip. No, you didn't. I pulled out my phone, opened my email, found the original confirmation and turned the screen toward them. Flight 447 to Honolulu. Confirmation number K7R9P3. 4 tickets. Purchased May 3rd. Purchaser, Alex Morrison. Card ending in 4782. That's my Chase Sapphire. Mom's face went white. But Jessica said, Jessica lied. I scrolled to the next email. Hilton Hawaiian Village. Confirmation H7YM3P9. 2 rooms. Ocean view. Booked May 5th. Card ending in 4782. Same card. Scroll. Budget rental car. Confirmation B4N7K1. SUV for 7 days. Booked May 8th. Same card. Scroll. Luau tickets. Pearl Harbor tickets. Snorkeling tour. Diamond Head entrance fees. All paid for by me. All booked by me. All charged to my credit card. I looked at Jessica. Her mouth was open. No sound coming out. You took credit for a trip I paid for. You stood up at dinner and told everyone you were treating the family. Mom and Dad congratulated you, and you said nothing. I was going to pay you back. Jessica's voice cracked. No, you weren't. You never pay me back. The graduation party, the apartment deposit, the engagement ring, 5 years of birthday gifts I bought from you for Mom and Dad because you said you were broke. You never pay me back, Jessica. Dad stood up. Alex, this is insane. We can discuss this later. No, we're discussing it now, because 7 minutes ago, I checked my phone. Actually, 12 minutes ago, I canceled all 3 of your tickets. You're lying, Jessica said, but her voice shook. Call the airline. Confirmation K7R9P3. Ask them how many passengers are still booked. Mom pulled out her phone with trembling hands, put it on speaker, called Hawaiian Airlines. Hawaiian Airlines, this is Brenda. How can I help you? I need to check on a reservation. Confirmation K7R9P3. Keys clicking. Okay, I see that confirmation. It shows 1 passenger, Alex Morrison. Seat 7A, premium economy. Mom's hand shook. It was supposed to have 4 passengers. Let me check the notes. Yes, 3 tickets were canceled at 1:47 p.m. today. Would you like to rebook those passengers? Mom hung up, looked at me. Why would you do this? Her voice was barely a whisper. Because she slapped me in the middle of an airport, and you blamed me for it. She was upset! Dad's voice was rising. People were starting to stare again. You don't cancel a family vacation over 1 argument. It's not 1 argument. It's 28 years of being blamed for everything she does. 28 years of paying for things she takes credit for. 28 years of being the bad son while she's the golden child who can do no wrong. That's not true, Mom said, but she couldn't look at me. Yes, it is, and you know it. The boarding announcement crackled overhead. Now, boarding Group A for Flight 447 to Honolulu. That's me, I said. Group A, Seat 7A. I picked up my carry-on. Dad grabbed my arm. Alex, wait, let's talk about this. Let's work this out. There's nothing to work out. We're sorry. Mom's voice cracked. We're sorry about what happened. Just rebook the tickets. We'll pay you back. No, you can't do this. Jessica was crying now. Real crying. Not the performance from before. We're your family. Family? I looked at her. Really looked at her. You slapped me in front of 200 people. They filmed it. It's probably already on TikTok. And Mom and Dad took your side immediately, without even asking what happened. That's family? It was a mistake. Jessica sobbed. I was stressed. I wasn't thinking. You were thinking. You planned it. I saw your face after. You smiled. Her eyes widened. She'd forgotten about that. Please, Mom whispered. She was crying now too. Please don't do this. We can work this out. We'll talk about everything. We'll fix it. You can't fix 28 years in 1 conversation, Mom. Now boarding Group B for Flight 447 to Honolulu. I really need to go, I said. Dad's face was turning red, the way it did when he was about to explode. We'll call the airline ourselves. We'll rebook. Go ahead. Last-minute tickets to Hawaii in peak season. About $1,800 each. Plus a new hotel room. The ones near Waikiki Beach are probably $400 a night this time of year. Plus a new rental car. Plus all the activities I booked. You're looking at about $12,000 total for all 3 of you. Dad's face went from red to pale. We don't have that kind of money, Mom said quietly. I know. That's why I paid for it in the first place. Jessica grabbed my other arm. Both parents on either side of me now, holding me like they could physically prevent me from leaving. Alex, please, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have hit you. I was wrong. I know I was wrong. Please don't leave us here. You really slapped me in front of 200 people and expected me to just take it? I wasn't thinking. You're 26 years old, Jessica. When do you start thinking? Now boarding Group C for Flight 447 to Honolulu. I pulled my arms free, started walking toward the gate. Alex, Dad's voice echoed through the terminal. You walk away right now. Don't bother coming back. I stopped, turned around. I won't, I said, and I meant it. Mom was crying into her hands now. Dad was yelling something at a gate agent who looked confused and concerned. Jessica was standing frozen, mascara streaked down her face, staring at me like she couldn't comprehend what was happening. The same 200 people who'd filmed her slapping me were filming this too. I turned back around, walked to the gate, handed my boarding pass to the agent. Her name tag said Marie, and she gave me a sympathetic smile. Rough day? She asked quietly. Getting better, I said. I walked down the jetway, found my seat, 7A, window seat, premium economy, extra legroom, sat down, put my bag in the overhead compartment, buckled my seatbelt, and waited. Through the window, I could see the terminal, could see my family, former family, standing near the gate. Dad was on his phone, probably calling the airline customer service line. Mom was sitting in one of the chairs, her face in her hands. Jessica was pacing, her arms wrapped around herself. They looked lost, confused, like the script had been flipped and they didn't know their lines anymore. The flight attendant made her way down the aisle, checking overhead bins, helping passengers find their seats. Can I get you anything? She asked when she reached me. Water would be great. She brought me a bottle of Dasani. I thanked her. The cabin door closed. The plane pushed back from the gate, and through the window, I watched Terminal 3 get smaller and smaller until I couldn't see my family anymore, until they were just part of the background, just another group of people in an airport having a bad day. Not my problem, not my responsibility, not my circus, not my monkeys. The plane lifted off, and for the first time in 28 years, I felt light. The hotel was beautiful. The Hilton Hawaiian Village, ocean view room on the 22nd floor, king bed, private balcony. The sunset over Waikiki Beach was the kind of thing that makes you understand why people pay thousands of dollars to come here. I stood on the balcony with a Mai Tai I'd ordered from room service and watched the sun sink into the Pacific. My phone had been buzzing nonstop since I'd landed. 17 missed calls from Mom, 23 from Dad, 41 from Jessica. I'd turned off notifications after the first first hour. There were text messages too. I'd skimmed them while waiting for my rental car. Mom, please call us. We're stuck at LAX. We don't know what to do. Dad, this is childish and cruel. Call me immediately. Jessica, I'm sorry. Please answer the phone. Please, I'm begging you. More of the same for 2 hours. Then the messages changed. Mom, we had to book a hotel near the airport. We can't afford tickets to Hawaii. This vacation is ruined. Dad, you've embarrassed us in front of our friends. The Hendersons were supposed to meet us there. What am I supposed to tell them? Jessica, everyone saw what you did. They're calling you horrible things. You humiliated me. I took another sip of my Mai Tai, watched the sunset, didn't respond. The next morning, I went snorkeling. Hanauma Bay. The water was crystal clear. The fish were incredible. And I didn't think about my family once for 4 straight hours. When I got back to shore and checked my phone, there were more messages. But now, they were different. Mom, your father and I have been talking. We think we owe you an apology. When you get back, we'd like to have a conversation. That was progress, I guess. Then Jessica's message. I talked to a lawyer. You can't just steal a vacation from someone. I'm going to sue you for emotional distress. I almost laughed. Almost. Instead, I called my own lawyer, Trevor Chang, the attorney who'd helped me with my estate planning last year. Alex, how's Hawaii? Beautiful. Quick question. If I plan and pay for a trip, then cancel the tickets for other people before the trip happens, can they sue me? Did you promise them the trip in writing? Any kind of contract? No. My sister told our parents she was paying for it. She wasn't. I was. I never said anything about it one way or the other. Then no. You're not obligated to provide anyone with a vacation. If you paid for it, you can cancel it. They'd have no standing for a lawsuit. What about emotional distress? Trevor actually laughed. Emotional distress requires proving severe emotional trauma from intentional malicious conduct. Canceling a vacation doesn't meet that standard. Your sister can threaten all she wants, but no attorney would take that case. Good to know. Thanks, Trevor. Anytime. Enjoy your vacation. I sent Jessica one text. Talk to my lawyer. You have no case. Stop threatening me. Then I blocked her number. And Mom's. And Dad's. The rest of the trip was perfect. I did the luau, watched fire dancers and ate kalua pork, and listened to Hawaiian music under the stars. I hiked Diamond Head at sunrise. The view from the top was worth every step. I went to Pearl Harbor and stood on the deck of the USS Missouri and thought about sacrifice and duty and the difference between obligation and choice. I drove the road to Hana, stopping at every waterfall, eating banana bread from a roadside stand, swimming in pools of fresh water that felt like something out of a dream. I was alone for all of it, and it was the best vacation I'd ever had. When I got back to LA, there was a letter waiting at my apartment from Mom and Dad. I almost threw it away without reading it, but curiosity won. I opened it. Dear Alex, your father and I have spent the last week talking about what happened at the airport. We've also had some very difficult conversations with Jessica. We owe you an apology, a real one. You were right. We have blamed you for things that weren't your fault. We have allowed Jessica to take credit for your generosity. We have not been fair to you. Your father and I are from a generation that believed in keeping the peace, in not making waves, in just getting through the day. We thought you were strong enough to handle it. We thought you didn't need our validation the way Jessica did. We were wrong. We are sorry. Truly sorry. We would like to have dinner with you when you're ready, on us, and we'd like to listen, really listen, to everything you have to say. We love you. We should have shown it better, Mom and Dad. I read it twice. Then I folded it and put it in my desk drawer. I wasn't ready for dinner yet. Maybe I would be someday, but not yet.